Welcome to Kaleidoscope S4IG. Let's talk. Colombo is the first and only capital city in the world to be named a Ramsar wetland city. This title, given in 2018, was in recognition of the relationship the city and the wetland complex had and how it integrated into urban development. However, there is little emphasis on the importance of urban wetlands in the survival of the city even now. Basically, it is with wetlands that we can create a resilient and a sustainable and inhabitable capital city for not just the present but for the future. With me today is Dr. Chethika Gunasiri, who has a PhD in sustainability science and has more than 10 years' experience in the urban ecosystem management. She was one of those involved in the Colombo wetland management strategy and the Ramsar application, and she popped into the studio today to talk about urban wetlands. Chethika, welcome to the show. Now, for a lot of city folk like us, wetlands are just mysterious bodies of nature. What is the importance of urban wetlands?
So the urban wetland is actually a wetland which is located in a city or a peri-urban area. We call it as a wetland. Now, urban wetland is very, very important for the survival of the city because especially it absorbs the rainwater, storm water, so it avoids the flooding, and it has ability to purify the polluted water in the city and also filters the air because it has like high vegetation. Also it gives like multiple opportunities for urban recreation as well as tourism, and also most importantly these are the only green spaces in most of the cities which provides refuge for like urban wildlife. The wetlands are considered as the most productive ecosystem in among all the ecosystems because of its structure and the nature. Therefore, it's very, very important for the well-being of urban life.
So it sounds to me like wetlands are the lungs of a city. What do wetlands have to do with city development?
Now, we know that cities are there like thousands of people living in a very small space. So if you take about the Earth's surface, like only 2% of like Earth's surface is taken by the cities. But it produces like 70% of the waste in the entire global waste generation, and 70% of the natural resources in the whole world is utilized by these urban people. So it's very important like to integrate these functions given by the urban wetlands for the threats, that the challenges that cities have been created because of this urbanization as well as the pollution.
What is the Colombo wetland complex?
So the Colombo city, it's naturally located in the downstream of the Kalani River basin. So naturally it's a floodplain area, it's a low-lying area which prone to the floods. And also Colombo city is located on the mosaic of wetland, which is we call as now Colombo wetland complex. This complex has like around 36 patches of wetlands which are interconnected with the Colombo Canal network, which is completely man-made. So this is the total area of this Colombo wetland complex is about 1,900 hectares. The cities entirely depend on the functions providing by this Colombo wetland complex. The population is around like 2.4 million, and also most important area of the country because we have commercial capital as well as administrative capital. Both are located inside this, and the 50% of the country's GDP is earned by this the area where that Colombo wetland complex is located.
If we lose our wetlands, what are the consequences?
If I take Colombo city, I would simply say Colombo will not be a livable place because 37% of the rainwater comes to the Colombo metropolitan area. It's absorbed by this wetland complex, Colombo wetland complex. Imagine what will happen if this wetland complex disappeared. So the entire Colombo will be under flooded even for a small rain. Colombo wetland complex provide 15 billion rupees worth of flood saving function for the Colombo city every year. And the wastewater treatment functions that it does is 2 billion. So if these wetlands are not there, so we have to spend 2 billion every year for wastewater. So if there are no wetlands in Colombo, Colombo will face like frequent floods, water pollution and related health issues, and the stress that people might have because the city is now getting more and more urbanized, and so this will simply become a like unlivable place.
Well, as humans, we have to look after our lungs. So if we want to survive, we have to look after our city's lungs. If you like Kaleidoscope, subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn.